Hello friends, TechManPat here. Today I wanted to do a little impromptu video. There won't be any images, it's gonna be me just giving you a bit of a story. The story is my basically first experience with, well, actually NBN Co. For the first time in 3 years, I've actually had to have them come out to my home and look at my internet connection. In the past, most of the issues were sorted by resetting the modem or maybe even changing the modem, and also they were sorted out by my provider, Aussie Broadband. So what I want to talk about today is a story where they actually had to come out, and it shows exactly the scenarios a lot of people are going to be facing when using copper-based technology like fiber to the node. One thing I also want to preface is that I think I got very lucky with the way NBN Co, well, how quickly they got onto my problem and how quickly everything was actioned. So let's just look at the timeline here. 1 week ago, I decided that my internet was acting a little bit strangely. My speeds were rather low, from 40 down and 20 up, and yet I was paying for 100 down and 40 up. I was paying that extra $10 because I'm really keen on having that large upload speed, because I upload a lot of videos. They're usually quite large, in the multitude of gigs, and I want it to be done faster. My rendering is now faster than the upload onto YouTube, so videos like this. Now at 18 up and 20 up, I was getting a bit frustrated. It would take about an hour to upload each video, and I usually tend to upload during the day, which means that as soon as I tap upload, the whole internet goes down in the house. Nobody else can use it because the upload link just gets completely used up. So I contacted Aussie Broadband and I said I'm having some issues. The actual app in there is really interesting. They've got some service tests. Now I don't know about other providers, and people have asked me to do reviews of providers. Not easy swapping providers out all the time. It could be a little bit annoying. Nonetheless, they had a little test and one of the tests failed, but it was still connected. My internet was still working. It was 40 down and 18 up, and everything was okay. But nonetheless, I did contact them about a fault, and it straight away went to NBN Co. will be booking an appointment to come and see you 1 week in advance. So I contacted them on a Monday or Tuesday, and then the following Tuesday I had NBN Co. come out. Now that week was the week when Western Australia went into lockdown, so you could imagine I thought to myself, damn, the 1 week where, I'm gonna be home, working from home, I really need the internet, I've got a tech coming out to try and fix it or do anything to it. The tech did come out. They turned up straight on time. It was supposed to be between 8 and 12, and they turned up at exactly 8. I did get a phone call about 10 to 15 minutes beforehand to say she is on her way. I was very impressed. She did say it was her first appointment of the day, but she was on time. She arrived, asked me what the issue was, and I said, look, the speeds are acting up a little bit. When I first moved into this house, I could get 90 down and 38 up, which, when NBN Co decided that they will allow the speeds to go up a little bit higher, most are provisioned to do 110 down and 40 up, so you should technically be getting more speed now. Nonetheless, I explained that, and she goes, okay, no worries, let's have a look. Can you take me to your modem? Can you explain to me how it's wired up? So I said it goes up to a little box, then obviously down the side of the house and off to the node through the actual pipes underground, whatever it is. And it's fairly new. It's a really nice crimped connection, perfectly ready to go. And I did say to her 6 months ago, I was getting really high speeds at 80 down and 35 up. Now, she tested my line. Within 5 minutes, she said there is an issue on the other end, and she went off to go look at the node. Came back about 20 minutes later and told me that the copper wire had degraded so significantly that when she touched my line, it fell apart. And this is what I meant by people are probably facing a similar issue where their internet is okay, but it could be better. And the issue could be right at the node where the copper is damaged, it's old, and this area here is about 20, I think the house is about 30 years old, so the copper wire is very old. And nobody goes in there and checks those nodes unless somebody calls up and contacts them about an issue. Now, for some reason, she was able to test the line from this end and see that there's an issue on that end, which made it a lot easier to try and diagnose the problem. Now, what are the results? She swapped out, basically re-crimped the wire on the other end, reconnected it, came back, tested it, reconnected my modem, and guess what? My down speed now is 128 connectable and 40 up. That's right, my speed doubled, actually tripled almost. Now, the modem I'm using can only connect at 95, it's an ASUS one, and I'm gonna be reviewing a new modem from TP-Link, so stay tuned, the AC2100. And ASUS is also sending me a couple of modems to review. You guys did vote in a little poll to say that you wanna see more networking devices, and there we go. I've reached out to the companies and they're happy to send it. It seems people really want to talk about modems and routers and which ones are good. So nonetheless, I am now getting 38 upload and 95 download. I am pretty happy with that result, and the whole ordeal, the NBN visit, took about an hour. And she was pretty impressed how quickly that was fixed too. But my situation might be very different from what you guys are facing. So let me know in the comments what kind of situations you've had with NBN Co. I'm sure there is a lot of times where NBN Co just doesn't turn up on time. But I do believe sometimes there is cases where NBN turns up on time and fixes the problem. Friends, thank you very much for listening to my story. I hope it was a little bit insightful as to the issues that can face copper connections. Copper's lifespan is between 15 to 20 years. Most of the lines we're using for fiber to the node are much older than that. Make sure to like and subscribe, and if you would like to support this channel, there is a little join button below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in another one. Bye!